24th, which seems like forever since our last one. I'd like to call this meeting to order at 6:32. Town of Elk Point respectfully acknowledges we are located on Treaty 6 territory, traditional and ancestral lands of the First Nations and Métis peoples, and we honor their enduring traditions, wisdom, and cultural strength in our community. So with that, we do have a delegation this evening, which will be in closed session. But before we do that, we are going to approve the agenda. Are there any additions? Okay. We do have under new business, item M, Elk Point Auto Club letter, the 7th annual poker rally. Item N, request for letter of support, MLA Scott Sear. Item O, request for joint council meeting regarding Township Road 570. And item P, appointment of Chief Administrative Officer Jay Parent. Are there any other additions? I do have a couple of items that I would like to add. And I'm going to put them under item 13, acknowledgements and concerns from mayor and councillors. Item B will be email regarding senior handicap parking. And item C will be an email from a local business regarding garbage being dumped on their property. Anybody else have anything they'd like to add? Okay. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
I can make the motion.
Tim? All in favor? That is carried. So with that, can I get a motion to go into closed session? When we do go into closed session, we will be covering all 3 of our closed session items. So we will not be going out and in, out and in. So a motion to go into closed session, please.
I can make that motion. Why not?
All in favor? That is carried. You're live. All right, welcome back, everybody. At 7:39, Dwayne made a motion to come out of closed session. And we're going to resume with the rest of the meeting. There's no public hearing. Approval of minutes.
We have to approve the delegation's presentation.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, we do. My apologies. It's been a long time.
Sorry.
I can make that motion.
Thank you, Jason.
Yarnish, Paranis.
Approval. Delegation presentation. All in favor? Great. Okay, now we'll move into the minutes. Approval of July 13th, 2026 regular council meeting minutes. I found. What's that? Under the regional joint council meeting, on the 21st, 286. It says moved by Deputy Mayor Fitch that the council approved the attendance, and it was actually Councillor Shafrick.
Credit.
And then there was one more. Oh, we have listed twice.
Okay.
It was moved by Councillor Borst that council received the committee minutes and reports as information, but that was actually correspondence and information that committee and minute reports was approved by Councillor Smaraka. And then
Mm-hmm.
and then it just says council committee minutes and reports
Oh, yes.
again. And that should be correspondence.
Okay.
Noticed? To approve the.
Yeah, just for the one, right?
July 13th.
Yep. Favor? It's carried. And approval of July 14th, 2026 committee of the whole minutes. Aged. All in favor? Laws and policies.
Bylaw 920/26 council and committee procedure is produced for amendment, and all the changes are made in red with the corresponding changes.
Anybody have any questions or comments?
I have one,
Okay.
and I appreciate the purpose of it, just to kind of add to the committee of the whole, so that's what the big section was. I did read on 8.1 on page 16, committee of the whole meetings will be scheduled on an annual basis. In my mind, that's like one a year.
That's kind of what I heard from it too. Is that what that was saying?
My opinion of it, when we first talked about that, would they not be more of a scheduled as a need? Or are we gonna have it and then?
I would suggest for,
That is
For-
mandatory, once in a year, you have.
Have a,
I would look at it as our organizational. We do our organizational meeting. We set the regular council meeting dates at our organizational, right? Every second and fourth. I would do kind of the same thing. So it's easier for us to prepare the agendas, to reach out to people, to schedule. I would suggest
Picking a date.
picking a date monthly, or if you guys want to do it monthly, and then if we don't need to, we can cancel it.
So, okay, so we schedule basically a structure that.
Yeah. So
Did say
then,
that in there somewhere as
Yeah.
well, did it not?
It does further on there.
Yeah.
So then what,
8.2 has the changing of it, but yeah.
so then in 8.1, instead of on an annual basis, we can do will be scheduled. We could do the committee of whole meetings will be set by resolution at the organizational meeting, just like the 6.1 is worded. We can do that the same spot.
Yeah,
See, because was that before somewhere or was it after where it said the first or the second or whatever? Because I read that in my head, you plan it for the year as the second Tuesday of every month or whatever it's going to be.
Mhm.
And then if we choose not to have it or no need to have it, then we can. That was my interpretation of the basis.
That makes more sense to me.
Mhm.
That's not how I read it, but that makes more
Yeah.
sense.
So maybe we just need to tweak the wording in this. Because that's what the
Yeah.
intent is, right?
Yes,
It could
we
be
could be,
schedule potential meetings or something on an annual basis or meeting date.
will be. The committee of the whole meeting dates will be set.
We've allocated.
On an annual basis. I would almost just kind of match it to what we have on our regular council meeting up here.
that's by resolution of council.
Yeah, I would almost just put that.
Yeah.
Okay, I can change that.
Does anybody else have any comments?
What kind of, if you do decide to cancel these meetings? Is there like for a regular council meeting, we have to do, council a good chunk of
Time
time
and
beforehand? Would that be the same?
Well,
Would it have to be like 2 weeks before or
I would say 24 hours.
24-hour minimum?
Mhm.
As long as that fits
Like
with
if
it.
people actually do that.
Yeah, but the only reason why we'd be canceling it is if we didn't need it.
Yeah.
Essentially. That is what Town of St. Paul does. They set them, yeah,
I
they
just
set
think
them.
for
and-
attendees, if they were, had something they wanted to go for and then it got canceled that short notice, they might not have. It's hard to avoid.
Yeah, I think if we were to cancel it just because there'd be nobody
Yeah.
or nothing up for that month, we would continue on if there was somebody lined up for it, unless it was something drastic. And it's just, it's everybody else's fault.
Okay. I did have a comment regarding 8.12, item E. The mayor may make a motion on any matter without relinquishing the chair. We don't have anything like that listed in our policy, like our bylaw for our regular council meeting. Is it something that we need to add there, or do we need this?
Which one?
Oh, I guess that the point is, it's that,
Item E.
yeah,
Page 19.
because as you said, as a chair now, like you're not to make, typically you're not supposed to make the motion.
But it doesn't say that in in the bylaw anywhere else.
It might, because it was borrowed from another municipality, that's probably what they changed it, so.
In section 13.1, it actually states the mayor, when present, and every councillor present shall vote on every matter. So we can include that to be very similar in that same section, kind of cross-reference that in the same sense. So it would be to like, in the committee of the whole section, it can be the mayor when present, and every councillor who is a member of the committee of the whole shall have the same rights to make motions, participate in debate, and vote on matters before the committee of the whole. And then we can have F, the mayor may exercise the rights of a member under subsection 8.12E while continuing to preside as chair of the committee of the whole. Kind of clarifies it a little bit, it's a little bit more, it's a little bit easier to understand. And we kind of keep it to the text we already have.
Yeah, and that's, yeah.
Everybody's okay with that? Okay. As I was reading this and trying to find something regarding the mayor making motions, I did notice I gotta get down here, where, little highlighter. During in-person meetings, members shall turn off electronic devices so as not to cause a disturbance. Nobody causes a disturbance, but I think going forward, I would like us to see us not be using our electronic devices. Because if we're focusing on our phones, then we're not focusing on our iPad. Just my thoughts.
I did read that section too, so, yeah.
Anything else? Okay, so do we need all
Yes, we need all three and unanimous
as amended
consent.
then?
Yeah.
Okay. So can I get a,
I'll move first reading.
reading? As amended. All in favor? Second
I can
reading?
make that motion.
All in favor? Carried. Okay, and can I get a motion for unanimous consent? And all in favor? Carried. And then we need a third and final reading.
Sure, I can make that.
Amended. All in favor? That is carried. Bylaw 925-26, regional.
Yes, the latest bylaw. We adopted the bylaws from our County of Two Hills, and we have changes that were in accordance with our situation.
Okay. So does anybody have any comments or concerns regarding?
Okay, we already approved it, but
Yeah.
now what we're doing,
It's been amended.
So so this is the Regional Assessment Review Board Agreement. So this is the agreement we have with our regional partners on having our board, when the assessments are submitted, to have appeals.
Yeah.
So while back, the County of Two Hills reached out to one of our regional partners and asked to join our existing agreement. The agreement was, I believe, was approved. Council passed a resolution on November 10th of, I'm assuming that should be actually 2025, approving that the County of Two Hills be included, pending everybody else's decision of our regional partners. So this is the updated agreement, including the town, the County of Two Hills, and the bylaw with the amendment to include them as well. So we all just need to, we're all just needing to approve it as a region. So that's what we are doing.
the town of St. Paul isn't involved in it?
Yes, it is. It is the town of St. Paul, County of St. Paul, us, and the Summer Village.
Yeah.
So now our agreement will include the County of Two Hills because they had a really small board, so that's why they requested to join us.
Oh, there it is, yes. Rid of three.
Think about it.
Yes. So it looks like the bylaw we'll take the bylaw and we'll change it into our format once it's approved. Okay. And then the agreement will need to be signed and sent to our regional partners if approved by council.
So do we need just a motion to approve the
Bylaw.
I would still do the bylaw in the three,
three?
yeah, unanimous, they need unanimous consent. And we can also pass a motion approving the after.
Okay, well, I'll make a first motion.
Three. All in favor?
Getting ready?
Oh. Thought you were going to.
I was. Okay, we have a second reading. All in favor? Okay, can I get a motion for unanimous consent?
Oh,
Oh, you were,
Okay, who made that motion?
Jason, sorry. All in favor? It's carried. And third and final reading, John. All in favor? Okay, that is carried. So there's no changes other than the addition of Two Hills, County of Two Hills to the agreement, so can we get a motion to approve the agreement, please? All in favor? Great. Okay. We're into new business. Alberta Rural Connectivity Forum.
Alberta Rural Connectivity Forum has a conference September 17 to 18. And they are requesting if any of the councillor wanted to participate. We need to consider that AB Muni's seminar is also from 23rd to 24th and 25th.
Is anybody thinking of attending?
If it weren't a week before, it might make more sense. It does feel like a bit of a redundancy to me.
Okay. So then then can we just receive this as information if
You
nobody's
can
planning?
receive it as information.
If nobody's planning on attending, can I get a motion to receive this information?
I can make that motion for.
All in favor? Okay. Public transportation feasibility study. Linda's gonna join us? Yes.
Okay.
Good evening, Linda.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
hello.
Hey. Let me get through here. Does anybody have any questions? Because you're here if anybody has any questions, Linda?
Yes, specifically, as you go through it, because it is a long RFD. And there's different sections or parts of it. So I thought if anybody had questions, that it'd be easier just to come in than have to go back to outside the meeting.
Okay.
As I understand, it's not making any kind of commitments. It's accepting that the study has been done, completed, and we're moving to what's next step.
Yes, so the first part is to accept the report as it is. The second part is to allow me to go forward with an implementation stage. And then the third part is to access that the funds under the capital that have been conditionally approved. So it just allows us to continue doing the work. And then any of that work that would require a commitment or a financial commitment would come back to councils.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody have any questions? Like, are we gonna read through this? Do you wanna?
Well, she answered the only question I had.
That was a very comprehensive report. At least there's some a real good focus on what options are out there. It's a major concern for our senior groups to other communities. So it's good to be able to, with the action bus as an options and ride sharing. So it's I like how it was presented. So I think it's
I do feel though it's gonna be a little challenging
challenging.
to work with implementation because the needs are so widespread, you know? But yes, and both buses in St. Paul and Elk Point are aging, so that's also going to create some, you know, issues, but okay. All right. And you guys have no other questions for Linda?
Can I just
Please.
add a comment on that? Just to let you know that I am working with the consultants who did the report. They're coming along with me to a meeting with the capital fund. And we are actually asking if some of that capital fund can be used for implementation, so that'll allow that work to be done as well. So just wanted to add that.
Okay. Ultimately, do you have a timeline for when you would want to be implementing?
We haven't put the scope together in its entirety, so that will depend on that. We would like to do that, I would say within the next 6 months, if we're able to get the implementation dollars through the capital fund. If we don't get those dollars there, then we might have to look for funding elsewhere, which might lead us to a grant, which definitely would put us to the spring of 2027 before we could start. Again, still 6 months would be the goal. And some of the implementation would also look at our current governance and maybe support some of the current operations as well.
Okay, thank you. Right. You want to read through the alternatives or we're just gonna?
Let's just go with the recommendation.
I think that.
Yeah.
Go with the recommendation.
The administration will recommend that the council approve the recommendation from the rural public transition feasibility study as follows. Approve rural public transition feasibility study as final deliverable of rural transit solution fund planning stream project. B, support proceedings to implementation and planning phase to further evaluate the recommendation continued within the study. And C, support maintaining regional project coordination through STEP Economic Development Alliance during the implementation planning phase on behalf of participating municipalities with any future governance, operating model, funding agreements, and implementation recommendations returning to participating council for approval.
So if nobody has does anybody have any other questions, comments? No? Can I get a motion to
I'll make that motion.
approve the recommendation? All in favor?
Aye.
That is carried. Thanks, Linda.
You guys have a good meeting. Bye.
Thanks. Yeah. Water bodies, access, health, and feasibility.
Council received this water body health and feasibility assessment. And a report form. council receive this report as the final report, approve completion of the project and authorize administration to close the project.
For option 3.
All in favor? Okay, request for proposal. So
Administration seeking council approval to participate the coordinate request for the proposal. This is for consulting service to support municipalities' strategic planning. We don't have any financial commitment for at this stage. The administration recommend that council approve the participation of coordinate request or proposal process for consulting service to support municipal strategic planning. Further, that the county of St. Paul act as the administrative lead for the procurement process on behalf of the participating municipalities. Additionally, that the administration returns to council with the result of the procurement process and recommend consultant selection, project cost and participation detail prior to our.
okay, so this is basically just saying that we're going to do a strategic plan with each municipality and hopefully a joint one as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we're jointly submitting a request for
RFP.
proposal to find a consultant to do that. And the county of St. Paul would be the acting administrative lead, so they would be handling this.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
All in favor? Okay, community information nights.
The Community Information Night is being held at the Allied Arts and Leisure Center on September 10th. Administration would like to register for the event and set up an information table for the town of Elk Point for the public. I think this year their administration is requesting at least one counselor attend to assist with information night. I believe we are going to be registering for 2 tables. As we have in the past, and there is a poster from FCSS on here regarding community awareness night and registration. And is there anybody who is available to attend community that night, that evening?
I may be double booked, but one of my bookings is to be at another table there, so I don't know if I'm there. I can multitask.
I can be there for a while. I do have another meeting at 7 o'clock, so I wouldn't be able to stay until the end.
I'm usually there anyway, so we can do it.
Okay.
Because what time is sorry, I should see that.
I think this was setting up at 4:30.
It's open to the public.
It's
Yeah,
7:30, I think.
I got the course for the day.
Open 4 PM up to 7:30.
5:30 to.
5:30 doors will open at 4 for setup, takedown is.
So I'll be there.
Do we know why they changed it to a Thursday?
No, I'm not aware of the reason why they did that.
Well, I'm much more appreciated on the Thursday than the Tuesday because Tuesday was right after the long weekend. That's always been a concern. So I like that day better.
And then I do notice on the poster, it says, come hungry and consider purchasing dinner to support. Are they doing that in Elk Point as well as St. Paul?
That is a good question. I will
It says
be,
Girl Guides and the St. Paul Fish and Game Association.
that is a good question. I will have to find out more.
Pretty disappointed in a group like that, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So do we want to
So,
list somebody that's gonna be attending or just,
well, we can, we can approve any counselor that attends and then at least then you both are covered.
Well, if it's what I guess I would look at that as an honorarium.
that would be
Yeah.
my thoughts as well.
Okay. So then really all we need is to approve the request to have an information table at the information night.
And do you guys have to do a door prize or anything?
Yes, I believe we've done in the past.
Yes.
We have taken some promotional items, yeah.
Okay.
And we can go, yeah, we can do further that.
Modify.
Yeah.
Number 3.
I think if it's promotional, if it's already stuff that we have, then I don't think it's, you don't need a motion to do anything, just to prove the thing.
Yeah, if it's,
Participation could imply that.
yeah, we're tracking. We are. And if it is a larger amount of, we usually would bring it back to you guys.
Okay. All right. So can I get a motion to accept? Three, council approve the request to have an information table at the Elk Point Community Furnace Night on September 10th, 2026. All in favor? It's carried. Okay. Halloween party.
So last year there was a Halloween party that was at the Seniors Recreation Center. This year, I believe Halloween is on a Saturday. And we are looking at booking the Allied Arts or the Don Conrad Performing Arts Theater. For the entire day. Their administration and the recreation team are in the midst of planning the Halloween event. It's going to be a safe Halloween. Kids can receive candy bags at the event. Businesses and residents can donate candy to the event, like I think they did last year. The theme is Harry Potter. Volunteers, right now, there's 2 volunteers confirmed to assist with the sorting hat and potion table. Then there's some party materials that some volunteers are willing to loan for the event. There's going to be some need for people to help out with the event for sure. I believe what the administration and recreation team is looking at is for approval of hosting the Town of Oak Point Halloween party on October 31st, 2026, and request a minimum of 2 counselor volunteers to assist with setup, operation, and cleanup. And I believe they'll be taking promotional items and potentially a box of candy or 2 to the event.
And you said this is an all-day event?
It looks like on the RFD, that looks like what it was,
I'm assuming there has to be some setup, so I'm assuming that's what they're saying.
probably all day, yeah.
Event, cleanup.
Yeah,
Usually our hours, which we haven't sent yet, and that's, we'll have to find out what that next meeting.
yes, I believe it's even
4 to 7.
wrong address, and it might be last year, so it might.
This was
On the no candy poster, it says 6 till 8 PM. But says it's located at the senior center building. So I don't know if this is the old poster from last year or if this is supposed to be.
That is the hours they had last year, so.
So that's what they had it. So that I'm assuming And that is probably when the party will be. Does not really
For
state.
them to say it's all day, maybe they're planning a little more.
Yeah,
You guys have-
that it's on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I know, I can't commit, but I could be 90% sure I'm out of town. But it's
And it is quite,
creeping on my heart. Halloween.
it's quite a long ways away. Can we maybe wait till the October, beginning of October meeting? To defer
Or even the
this?
end of September.
Yeah, maybe do the end of September
That
meeting.
way we kind of know.
We can might get a little bit more party details.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure we can.
Would that be a deferral?
Defer,
Yeah.
yes. End of September?
Yeah, the last meeting in September. I can't tell you what it is. I think it's the 28th.
Okay.
28th, yeah.
Okay, so then
Point.
can we get motion to defer the Halloween party, September 28th meeting? Tim? All in favor? Carried. Okay, Oak Point Historical Mural Restoration Project.
A request from residents is asking assistance from the town of Public Works to help take down the mural panel from and move them to storage for winter for 5-phase restoration project. And they will be volunteer. Council are requested for Public Works to assist the to removal the Elk Point murals for the completion of Elk Point mural restoration project as presented.
So next year is the 40th anniversary of these murals, and the original artist is asking for assistance to take them down so the restoration work can be completed on them and maybe some additions. They have they have actually their whole phase, all the planning
This is
to be done,
impressive, yeah.
which is very detailed. And
Except for one.
And she has emailed me with some updates.
Yeah.
They are already seeking sponsorships.
okay,
I think what they're gonna run into right now is they need a space
they do.
because the town has agreed to help remove the mural, but they need to work on it because they would like to unveil it Canada Day next year. So that will be a winter project for the most part. And so they are looking for a space that would be able to store them and then have them have some set out so that they can do the,
Work when they.
Who owns the, but I guess it doesn't matter. Have we reached out to any of the businesses or the buildings, like with the, maybe possibly with the, what are they called? The sellers and buyers of houses?
The
Realtors, thank you. I don't know why that name. Yes, the realtors to see if there's a building such as the old MRC building that's vacant right now that may be able to be used as something for that.
funny you mentioned that, Tim,
No, here,
because one of the suggestions they had was maybe the old church.
I
believe through the door though.
I believe there was a request coming through, but I believe the owner of that building is looking at an auction and it'll be done before then. So
Oh, okay.
it's
okay.
gonna be something that they could talk to somebody else about, but
MRC, there's someone living there, but there's a lot of room there. Trailers parked inside.
okay.
Well, and the panels are big enough that wouldn't you need a big bay door to even get it into a building?
Well, they're a sheet of plywood. So there's
Okay.
two, so they all come apart and then they can be stacked horizontal or vertically. And then just they'll need to get sawhorses and stuff to have them laid down when they're actually working on them. So yeah, they're a 4x8 sheet of plywood. And yeah, they can be stacked while they're not working on them. And then, so they would need still probably a larger space.
So are they repainting them or just finishing them?
I think they're going to be touching up where need be.
There's one
It's-
panel or a couple panels that are really deteriorating at the bottom, and there's a couple that are still
Addressing any
faded.
fading issues and
Yeah.
then also recoating them for, protection.
Yeah, they're gonna be.
And then in hope that every 5 years they get
Need to
recoated so that it lasts.
Last long.
Because they lasted, well, they've probably been deteriorating for a few years now, but they've lasted this long without any attention. They'll last at least another 40 years
Yeah.
if we were to be able to give resurfacing kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they are working on a budget as far as cost for reframing because the frames are shot and what the supplies and stuff would be. So, yeah. Yeah, they're very excited about it and I think they've already got some sponsorship people on social media. People were reaching out saying, oh, I'd love to help with that. So I think it'll be a big task. It's not gonna be an easy task, but both Don and Billy are very knowledgeable with this and
let the experts do their job.
yep,
Sure.
absolutely.
So right now, just the ask is that, Public Works helps them take it down and
And Jay said, okay, I'll make that motion.
And I'm sure they will continue to update us as they go along
Yeah.
with their project, so. Okay. All in favor? Carried. Okay, item H, fetal alcohol spectrum disorder awareness month and proclamation.
So September is the fetal alcohol spectrum disorder awareness month. I believe the international FASD day is September 9th. So every year we usually approve a proclamation or approve to do the proclamation, sorry. We received an email, or the mayor received an email on July 28th asking for us to proclaim that day.
So if I read it today, does it get posted then on September 9th?
Yeah.
Is that what we do? Okay. Do we want to do that? Can I get a motion to?
I can make.
All right, I will read that then. Fetal Alcohol Spectrum Disorder Awareness Day, September 9th, 2026. Whereas fetal alcohol spectrum disorder, FASD, is a diagnostic term that is described the range of effects that can occur in an individual who is prenatally exposed to alcohol. And whereas children and adults, FASD in Canada and around the world, experience lifelong physical, mental, and behavioral difficulties, as well as learning disabilities. And whereas caregivers, families, professionals, and individuals living with FASD, as well as others around the world, will observe International FASD Awareness Day on September 9th, 2026, with a minute of reflection at 9:09. Now therefore, I, Wanda Cochran, Mayor of the Town of Elk Point, on behalf of Town Council, do hereby proclaim September 9th, 2026 as Fetal Alcohol Spectrum Disorder Awareness Day in Elk Point. I encourage, I should have filled these in. I encourage everyone to act with compassion and understanding towards individuals who have experienced prenatal alcohol exposure and to take both personal and professional responsibility to become better informed about FASD and prevention strategies.
I think you have to start over because you added some more.
I read it last night and in my head, I knew what I had to say, and it's like, yeah, blank. Okay. We do the all in favor?
Yes.
Okay, good, thank you.
I was asking the same question. Good thing you answered.
Okay, Laverne Public Library Board, member renewals.
ECR member renewals requested for the Laverne Wilson Public Library Board members. He needed a renewal. Sherry Milholland, Vicky Brooker, Angus, and Angie or Agnes.
Yeah. Or
Okay, Orjic and Brian Graining. The council need to appoint them as per option 3.
Okay, I can make the motion and
And that's for 1 year, term starting March 26, 2026, ending March 26, 2027.
Yes.
For all 4.
Or, yeah.
All in favor? Okay, committee of the whole.
All right.
The correct motion is required to appointing all members of council to committee of all board. Further, that the council choose regular day of each month for the committee of whole meeting and allocation.
So with the committee of the whole, because they probably will be a little bit of a larger meeting, we might need little bit of a bigger venue. That's why maybe setting a specific location will be good. It's not, we necessarily don't have to broadcast it electronically, as long as we have an agenda in minutes. We should be good. I had spoken with municipal affairs on that. It is up to council's discretion where they would like to host committee of the whole meetings.
I almost think it falls on what is being discussed and or how many people will be involved. If it's like singular or 2, you could do it in a smaller venue, but if you're bringing in a
whole
bunch of people, well, then you run into the situation where we were last meeting.
Yeah.
We do have,
Sorry, go ahead.
we do have the ability to change the date as we go, so.
Yeah.
As first, so, but at least this kind of sets the standard and we can adjust as we.
If we're setting the meeting, would we set the venue at the same time as we set the meeting?
Well, if
I
you
would-
use the senior center as the venue, we have the option.
Yeah.
There's kind of 3 different meeting
Yes.
rooms there.
Oh, yeah.
We absolutely need it.
Yes.
And we do it. You know, we could adjust accordingly.
Even so, like if it was a small meeting, the small room in the senior center is adequate space for that.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys where you would like to.
We don't, there is an agreement in place with the
Yeah.
senior system.
Yeah.
I have no problems with that being the venue.
Okay.
Okay. And
But we're making a motion to make all of us part of that, right?
Yes, we need to appoint all of you guys to the board.
and we also want a specific date.
It's for my preparing.
I think next Tuesday could, you go.
Today I'm away.
Tomorrow was fine.
Is there like a?
Should we be in October or?
Oh, did you guys want to do it like before count,
I
like the
would
council
say,
meeting?
could we do the 2nd and the 4th?
Yeah.
Monday, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we have it in that week
The,
between.
Yeah.
And then do like pick a day, which date
Yeah.
it is for that.
Does anybody have standing dates for other committees?
yes,
Most of mine are in the afternoon. There's not too many evening ones.
okay,
I think Mondays are pretty safe generally.
I would go the
Mondays is always a holiday, right?
third Monday.
Mondays or Tuesdays are
third.
good, but.
well, and then if we can always do what we do with the council meetings, if it's a holiday and really, we move it to the Tuesday. Just like we do with our council,
That month we're not.
or that month we don't.
Right, yeah.
I guess there's typically not too many holidays that fall in the middle of the month anyway.
No, not on that third Monday, so I'm okay
You
with the
get
third
your
Monday.
Canada Day and you get your odd one like that.
Thanksgiving's the 11th.
Yeah, usually around 11.
Yeah.
Actually, a little later this year, it's the 12th, so yeah.
Is that the second Monday?
Yes, actually,
Yeah.
yeah, because we always have council.
They are meeting.
Yes, we always have to move our meeting.
So.
Then?
Go third Monday, and it gives us a meeting for a couple months here, and then what's our organization meeting, we can always
Yeah, we can always revisit that. Mhm.
But we're not using this till we have an issue.
I would say there has to be a reason to call the meeting. So like the last time we did have a specific thing. So if we find that we want to bring up a certain thing, then
Well, I feel like we already have some issues that we've already sort of said we need to do it.
If there's a group that comes up that, again, with having a meeting here, a delegation here is typically only 15 minutes. The group that wants more, the whole, committee of the whole is the better avenue.
So then are we utilizing this as we reach out to people or people are reaching out to us?
We can do
Yes.
both. I would say both. I would say both.
because there is the idea of bringing in and trying
Yeah.
to gather all the nonprofits and try to focus in on certain things. So I think that's
So I can make the motion that we do it at the senior center every third Monday allocated for it, and all of us council are part of it.
great motion.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Right.
It's what they have written. All in favor? Okay, that's carried. Right. Regional Purpose Recreational Facility Steering Committee, that is a mouthful. Appointments.
Let me do the acronym on that. I did.
It's rumors too.
At the regional council meeting held on the 21st of July, there was a motion passed to establish the regional multipurpose recreational facility steering committee to advance the project forward. It was decided to each municipality appoint 2 councillors and its chief administrative officer to serve on the committee. So who would like
Do
to?
we have any volunteers?
From that meeting, I had a lot of thoughts on what this committee would be, so I wouldn't mind sitting on there because I have, my schedule's kind of relaxed anyway, so I do have an open meetings, but I do have a lot of good thoughts on how the region can proceed on that kind of project, so I put my name for it.
I would also put my name forward.
Are they looking for mayors or?
Doesn't matter. I believe the town of St. Paul appointed their mayor there.
I
But I
think
know about the county.
this committee is very important because we gotta watch that we don't get our feet too deep in something here that we can't afford.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, it all sounds good on paper, but someone's gotta pay for this, and even our shares could be quite huge, and we'd be contributing to something that's not in our community. So it's a very important committee.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure Shane is on there from the county. I'm trying to think who else is there. I don't think it's Glenn, but it might be Daryl. Okay, when I looked at the minutes.
I can put my name as an alternate if one of you can't. Will they do that?
What I love about, the conversations we've had is I think we're all on very, very much the same page. So I think it works either way.
And again, this is a committee that's not gonna make any decisions as a whole, as we're gonna be bringing it back to our respective councils to, and then take directions back to the committee, so.
Right. Okay. Okay,
So you're gonna be an alternate?
I will be an alternate if Jason or Sean cannot attend.
We'll know meeting dates and everything like that, so that can change it up.
And the chief administrative officer. That would be You.
At least 2 weeks.
Until.
Next few weeks. Please don't.
Really want to break ground on that.
Okay, so then can I get a motion to appoint, Jason?
I'll make a motion to appoint Sean Jason and alternate Wanda to the purpose.
All in favor? Okay, unbudgeted expenditure.
We'll just skip this one maybe.
I don't know, I might not appreciate that. Yes, our excavator is down. It needs some major repairs. Jay had mentioned that the issue is needing replacement is the regeneration system in the EGR cooler. The counterweight would need to be removed. It is what did he say, a 10,000 pound counterweight, so they need a really large picker to take that off. And then the person from the North Construction Equipment would come and do the repairs right there.
I have a question.
Yes,
Is it needed?
the excavator?
No.
Oh,
You're asking if we go
It's a
delete,
delete the thing instead of spending $30,000. I asked the mechanic how long or what it would take to get rid of it, and he said like 5. So to me, it's like, why do we need it if it's not under warranty or anything like that? It's
Probably required to discuss government and code and such.
people think so.
the issue can be, depending on these equipment, is a lot of times it's tied to software. And if there's any software that gets updated and the cooling system's not there, you could actually wreck the whole system.
It'd be a question that I guess I would want further explanation on. If it's something we don't need, I'd rather not fix something like
It was
that.
my thought right off the bat too, just sometimes it does create more issues.
so not fix the excavator at all? Or
Fix it by deleting because it's just regen, it's the.
It's the opportunity of the diesel.
Okay.
So everybody, in a lot of industry,
Okay.
after it reaches past your warranty and stuff like that, they remove that off of there. And that's where I'm at, it's an older excavator. If we don't need to fix it as far as replacing the whole thing, not the whole thing, but that unit, removing it and getting it for lesser dollar spent.
Right.
I'm in favor of it.
I can't answer that for you.
You done, James? What do you say?
But the problem is with the estimate, it's kind of used at the
Yes.
transfer station, so I'm assuming Jay wants.
Use period.
Period.
Well, yes.
Um,
Water breaks,
Water
for
breaks.
clearing ditches, loading
I don't know.
materials at the transfer station.
So what kind of timeline? Did it say the timeline to get it repaired if we went through this expenditure? That's it.
I don't think I got a timeline on it.
That is it, or?
The quote is good for 30 days.
That means, August, by September 18, it has to be.
don't think it'd be a long,
Our next council meeting would be the 14th, and that's when Jay's report is.
So, but if the quote is good for 30 days, can they get it done sooner if we give them approval tonight, is my question. Like, or by us waiting till our next meeting to get clarification from Jay, if it's better to delete it. Is that gonna
if we don't,
cause us a lot of hardship?
we don't give them an answer tonight, it's probably gonna be a month until it gets fixed. So that's gonna push it
Who
back.
knows what's gonna happen?
If you do approve on August, September 14, by October 18, September 18, they have to confirm the quote.
Can it be done through Strabo or anything like that?
Well, that's what I'm thinking is, I mean, 25 grand savings is enough that I'd be worth calling a special meeting if necessary.
Or can we word the motion that verify with Jay if deleting it is an option,
And if not,
and if not, then we have to approve the expenditure, there's no doubt.
And we could probably just do it by email, send out an email, and get everybody to reply.
As opposed to RFD, that's hard.
Well, we could do approve the expenditures. Got it in my head.
Leave it as a first plan, plan A and plan B.
Yeah,
Deleting the piece, whatever it's called.
yes.
Yeah,
Approve the expenditures as presented.
I don't know if you could do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because if you're approving the expenditure, you're approving it.
Mhm.
You don't want to approve it unless the stuff is taken.
Okay, so I think we direct administration to confirm whether the piece can be deleted. If it cannot, then
Bring back.
we are good. Or if it cannot, then we, the expense, can we do that?
Can we not make a motion with a plan A, plan B? Do this, but if that is not possible, then proceed with the other.
You want me to message him?
I was just gonna, that was actually gonna be the same. I was gonna suggest, maybe we put this off to later in the meeting, let him
Okay.
respond, and then
Let me send Jay a message here. Or I can see if he's available for a call.
sure. Maybe something he's looked at already, and it might be a very quick thing, but want to just jump to the auto club?
Well, we have to wait till he's done because new stuff is new. We don't have any information.
Gotta put it.
Okay, we will proceed where for Jay. All right, so.
Point letters.
I believe that's Canada Day state.
Nothing different from previous years?
No. Same. Just asking to use the Canada Day stage and the area north of the arena for the 7th annual Summer Poker Rally that's being hosted by the Oak Point Auto Club, September 12th. They just request that Public Works wash the staging area for the event.
What they use the stage for a poker.
They have people up there, like it's, you giving out the cards, so everybody checks in and does whatever, so they just have it.
Give them all the rules.
If it's raining, then you're underneath something and
Yeah.
within a.
So they actually play poker outside?
No, like you got, like, say there's 5 different places that you stop.
Oh.
You draw a card and then you go around, and then the guy that comes away with the best hand wins the prize.
Yep. So would they also need access to power?
Not that I'm aware.
No. He's a little.
Just want to
They
make
might
sure.
use it, no, it's, everybody just comes and goes, so as
Yeah, but
people are
at the end of the
driving,
because they end here.
it's never had that, I didn't know that there was a plan on having something extended.
We handed out at 5:45 and it should take no longer than an hour, but you can just use their voices.
They might even use a generator.
Yeah, when my family has participated in it, they've never used anything.
Okay.
They might have like a portable speaker of their own.
That's what I said, a generator,
Yeah.
portable speaker.
Yeah.
Generators loud.
Just the yell.
Okay.
I can make a motion approving that.
Approve. Favor?
Yeah.
Anything yet?
Nothing yet.
Okay.
Nothing.
Sport.
This is regarding request letter of support from Emily Foxier for our HARP application. We had met with him and he had shared that we could get a support letter from him for our application. So we just need direction to reach out to him.
Actually, he proposed us to submit it.
Yes. Okay. So Sean has made that motion to request the support. All in favor? Request for joint council meeting.
570.
By the cemetery,
The one that runs north,
the one that's closed right now,
east, west.
off of the,
Okay.
It's not optical cord.
Hmm.
where the sign said closed.
So administration has been in contact with the county of St. Paul regarding our elevator road, which is Township Road 570. The one that runs east-west by the grain elevator. It is washing away. That one is in town boundaries. So it is technically our responsibility to repair. I know Jay has mentioned to me that if we were responsible for it, that we wouldn't probably shut it down because it's
A high cost.
high cost. The county of St. Paul has brought it to our attention that they are looking into maybe doing a cost share. They're not exactly sure how it would look, but that's we would like to request a meeting, a joint council meeting, sit down and see what we can figure out if council wishes to do so.
Was there any joint council that were coming up in the recent? I know we just had one here a little while ago, but that was regional.
That was regional.
But is there one coming up between the councils anyway? That timeline?
Between the county and the town?
Yeah, like just a
We haven't
joint.
had one for a long time.
Yeah, I want to say.
So maybe that's worth just having that discussion, this, and then
Mhm.
having some other things brought up if there's stuff.
Who requested this meeting?
Who's requesting this meeting? Well, when well, it would be us. It would be us.
But yeah, I agree. We don't need to make it specifically about this. We might do a meeting.
Yeah, there might be other things that we wanted to.
Whatever we do, it's not, the fixing's not gonna happen this year because we're already into September and.
I know they are fully indulged in doing a lot of repairs right now.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that it's gonna take priorities and they're gonna do whatever they need to do
Yeah.
first before anything else. So it may not happen.
My point is we can set one in November. Maybe they have other issues that come up between now and then that we can always tag team.
I would suggest having it a little sooner because it is part of our application.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have it a little bit sooner, sorry, because
See what they, I guess, put out the request to see if a meeting would be, accepted or whatever.
I believe they said if we would have a joint council meeting that they would be.
Okay. So if they're good with that.
They're on board with it.
Fair enough.
Setting one, have admin
Yeah,
set up a meeting.
yeah. So you can direct administration to arrange a joint council meeting.
I can make a recommendation on that one.
Hey, favor? Hey, and appointment of Chief Administrative Officer Jay Hunt.
We're gonna have to get her to change her name. With 2 J's.
Right? There's Jay.
David Dean.
We're gonna call her JT
JP.
and Jay is gonna be.
JD.
Is she opposed to just being called Jennifer?
Yeah.
That would fix it, is she?
I thought that one was.
So per 90825 bylaw appoint chief administrative officer. Council must appoint new chief administrative officer by resolution. So with the effective date of September 8th.
Can make that motion.
We could have done it at the last meeting if the press release had come out. Just even the same date, but
Yes.
okay. The last one's all in favor? Great. All right.
Still nothing.
Okay.
Maybe he's not around.
He is away till Wednesday right now. So
He's away down.
no, he is not in town right now.
Well, should we discuss it then, maybe, are we kind of rewording it that explore the option, and then if that's, let him decide if it's a better fit,
We can,
not go with the, repairs?
we could do, yeah, we can word it as explore the option of repair.
Explore the option of deleting or repairing.
I think it's even like exploring will be the automatic. We just say that we're making a motion to, the motion is to do the deletion if possible. If not, then proceed with the
But
form.
it's gonna be possible, but it doesn't make sense to do it.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot of, fluctuation.
The motion like that isn't that either.
It kind of puts you in a little bit of a,
A lot of,
The only downside of the other is that it does leave room for that delay.
okay.
Whereas if we say we have the motion to do it, if feasible, then it can be done right away.
well, we can just leave it out and give him a go ahead and then approve it at the next meeting.
Give them a go ahead to,
To find out the information, let us know, and
We
then
can approve and
online and make the
Meeting on
motion at the
14th.
next meeting to do it. And you'd have to vote what you said on that. Cause that's a lot of money.
it is a lot of money.
33,000.
$8.04.
That's if all goes as.
Yeah.
I've thought in the past that we have done stuff like that, so I'm opposed to going down.
Well, and you think if that was an option, he would have brought it up.
And it's a very good point. He may have, I guess I just wanted that clarification.
Yeah, for sure.
If he
Yeah.
didn't, then
No, no, I
What
was
year's
thinking the same
what
thing.
year's the excavator? Do we know?
What year is that? That's
probably in our budget thing or that.
You're the expert.
It's,
I have to look at
did
it.
we buy that new?
No.
Well,
Oh, was used one?
it's very handy. So,
Well, that's, yeah,
Yeah, they're using it a lot, so
it's the back.
the longer it's down though.
Well, if we get a, water main break, that's the machine.
Yeah,
We can't delay it.
What would be the timeline? He didn't say how long it
No.
would take to get it fixed. He's got to book it in and then get it done, right?
Looking at the repair, it's not won't take weeks to make that fix, but just when they get to it.
Mhm.
and he's back Wednesday,
Mhm.
so let's wait till Wednesday. He's back at work
Okay.
Wednesday or Thursday?
Thursday.
Thursday, yeah. Send out an email to everybody and
Yeah, sure, we can do that. Then we could approve on 14, but he could, once you agree through email, then you could approve on 14, but he can go ahead and.
So it's.
I'm gonna say, I don't think that is okay. I think you guys, if you're gonna make a decision, it has to be in a council meeting.
Will be.
I-
Will be real confirmation, he could prepare for going ahead. That's it. The approval would be on 14th.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a little different than what you're thinking.
Okay.
But, well, I guess then, how are we wording that? It's just a deferral.
We'll defer it to the meeting and through emails, we'll that and verbally give him the okay, but not approve it till the meeting.
You're not comfortable with that?
I'm not comfortable with that. I'm sorry. Okay.
Could we have, but you can't even do that because you can't have call a meeting that quick, like
Well, we can have an emergency
Well, we can have
24-hour,
emergency
yeah,
Meeting,
we can.
we could, but
It's just lining everybody up to do it. So if that's what we want to do, then that's,
if it's gonna be this week anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if I had to come in for,
Maybe Thursday night.
just to make that vote or.
Yeah, if it's 10 minutes.
I don't want to sit on it because if something does happen, we need that machine.
Mhm.
And I don't want to do something that
Well, right now, is it completely shut down?
it can't run.
And if we made the motion to get it fixed today.
Yeah.
Would it be waiting till Jay comes back to get that ball rolling or?
Most likely, I'm gonna say. Because
And then it's gotta be booked in and then you've gotta line up all that stuff. So it might not be for.
And I'm leaning right now more and more, so yeah, that's gonna, something does happen and we, because we're delaying and we have to rent a unit to come in.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a lot more expensive than what it would save us.
Honestly, I mean, if it's 5,000 worth, versus 30,000, I don't think a rental's gonna cost more than that.
Well, yeah, well. Last minute rental. And it's a rubber tire hole. Any other track machines,
gonna rip up.
yeah,
Rip up.
that's gonna be hard to find.
I don't know. My recommendation would be to do a special if we need to. But that is
I
up
would
to
be
your
fine
guys.
with a special.
Like I said,
Well, it's
if that's
throwing a lot of money away there. too.
yeah.
that was my thought.
I would be fine with
Mhm.
an unpaid.
Oh, hang on.
Okay.
John?
Hi, Jay. How are you doing?
Good, just came out of the wave pool.
Oh, well, perfect timing, because we got an important question for you on the excavator.
We're on,
You're live on the council meeting, just so you know. Oh. So we're just looking at the excavator repair and counselors are having a question about, would it be able to be deleted, the repair, what needs being repaired? Can it be deleted and bypassed?
it's just,
It is an emissions thing. It is a burning of the carbon in it.
what year is that, Jay? What year is that machine?
That's 2019.
So it'd be full, 34 engine.
What kind of timeline would you be looking at getting it in to get the work done?
We're not taking it in, they come here and do it.
But do you know when approximately that would be?
Oh, if they get a word from me, they'll plan it probably within the next, probably 3-4 days after I tell them.
We're just trying to figure out, giving you the opportunity to find out if a deletion is possible and a cost of that.
Sure.
Will that delay you is our problem, like,
We don't want to put you at risk, but
I don't think they'll delay it, so I like that. Even if they can, we still have to go ahead with the repairs, so. As long as I can give them a word either way.
okay,
we want to make a motion here. So we, for you tonight, we don't have to wait till the 14th, right? That's our problem,
well, we would just have to have another meeting.
or a special meeting.
Special meeting, 24-hour meeting to give that decision, right?
What are your thoughts on having it deleted?
It might be something about sending out a quick email to you guys, letting you know if it can be done or not.
The council can actually approve on 14, and your court is saying up 30 days ending for the quotation to approve on 18. Yeah,
No, we're looking for the time, like, you're talking about September 18th?
That's correct.
That's when your quotes,
That's when your quote.
that's when your quotes expire, so we have time to
Oh, okay.
maneuver.
And it would be brought back on the 14th meeting.
Oh,
Are
okay.
you comfortable with that?
Yeah, I was hoping to get it done, started on sooner than that, but, yeah, if we have to do it then, we can do it then. I'd know within a day or so after I got back whether it can be done or not as far as the mission thing, but.
Okay, yeah, if you can at least pass that on, Jay, I think that would be helpful. We'll delay. And then, there's something that we have to do, if we have to come in for a special meeting or something. We
Yeah,
can.
you betcha. Yeah, no, that's fine. That'll work.
Okay,
No worries.
Hey,
thanks, Jay.
Yeah, nobody's gonna die without it or anything.
perfect. Thanks, Jay.
All right, have a good night.
Okay, bye.
Said what I was thinking.
I wasn't ready to think.
Okay, but that's the law.
Okay, so deferring.
Defer to the 14th, but if something needs to be done, we can always.
Yeah.
Agreed. We do.
Make a motion to defer, for more information.
Okay.
And then we can,
And you know what, in all honesty, if he finds out that
Mhm.
it can be done or whatever, and we need a special council meeting, it's gonna be like minutes long.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would say that would be an honorarium thing,
Mhm.
and we could do it and get it so that Jay can get the.
And I can even double check with affairs.
Yeah.
Meeting.
And not charge for it?
Yeah.
Have a
Well, we
meeting
can
and,
donate, we can donate the value back.
staff will be paid.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Is that where you're going at, or?
That's, you know,
Honorary, yeah.
I thought you could use your honorarium for that. You wouldn't.
I didn't think so, but you'd have to check it out.
Okay.
I thought when you said you checked with AMA, that's, but check it out.
Again, the last thing we want to do is having the, municipal affairs coming at us for minor details, so, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to add to your work.
this is easy. That's an easy thing to figure out. I just have to make a couple phone calls.
Again, what's the motion?
Defer this item to the September 14th regular council meeting.
I can make the motion.
Nice. All in favor? Yes. Business.
Way there.
Oh, that 10 o'clock's coming fast.
SCSS Director's Report. John, is there anything you want to add?
So the meeting this month was canceled, and I think I missed the meeting before that. Most of the stuff in the report is lapsed. But I guess of note was there wasn't much programming for youth here because their youth programmer had stepped down, so there wasn't going to be anything for the summer either way. There's again, most of the programs that were coming are already passed. The only one I thought of that might be worth mentioning. I think that one might have been passed too, yeah. So yeah, we didn't do too much in the last couple months here.
Okay. Are you comfortable making the motion to accept this? All in favor? It is carried. Okay, finances.
Yeah, the finance, this report is July 31st, 7 month. Report. Balance sheet has, do we have any question about balance sheet?
I had a whole bunch of questions highlighted and then I read the report. And various-
Answer them all.
They're all my answers.
Okay.
Good job.
Did have a question regarding administration expense, the salaries. We have 37.33% left of our budgeted amount.
For which line you were talking about?
2-12-1110. And we have more than a quarter of the year. Maybe that's all right then.
Budget is 131, we spend 82,
82.
and we have 37,000.
Yeah, 5 months after that.
1%. We have 5 months left, which should be. Divided by 12. 41.
Okay, so we're close.
Yeah, we have both.
And then I'm wondering, does administration foresee any training and development between now and the end of the year? Because there's lots of room there in the budget.
Yeah, Jay is going that Egmuni,
Okay,
and I'm going one of the tax conference there at
Okay.
the same time. It's not a lot, still there will be a lot of money remaining, yeah.
Okay.
With the new sale, there might be some restructuring and some training for staff that may come about, so it's good to have a little bit of a pocket there for.
Yeah. And I guess the same thing with the fire, like it was, if you guys had a fire meeting.
We have had one here, when was the last one?
June?
June,
Yeah.
so we'd probably be having one here. It's every quarter.
Yeah, no big deal, because we got budgets to start talking about, so we'll be having it here pretty quick.
Yeah.
There's just lots of room there too with the training and with boots and clothing.
Are you upset
Training
about
is,
that?
training, yeah.
Are you upset about that? No.
It's thinking, okay, well, last year they blew the budget. This year there's such a,
And they heard your concern and.
They,
Actually, if you combine those two, the 132 and 154, that's the actual expenses, and at the end of the year, we will have almost $82,000 for the whole year volunteer payment coming in.
okay,
It would be close.
okay.
Yeah, they always spend that money.
last year, there was a large amount, there was an influx, I think, of new recruits.
Yeah.
And everybody was training, so
Right,
that this year is a little bit less.
balanced off a little bit. Okay.
But of that 82,000, we'll get 40,000 from county.
Okay. Okay. Well, and I guess my next question is under streets expense. Hired services, line 2-32-251. How come there's a negative balance for actual?
Oh, okay. That's the insurance, I believe. 274. The negative balance in actual, which
232-251
232.
under streets expense.
So that had something to do with the replacing of the solar lights?
Because last month had a larger negative balance.
I don't. I need to look into, I don't remember. I will
Okay.
report. Email.
And yeah, all my other questions were answered as I head on.
The overage thing.
Yeah. Does anybody else have any questions regarding the sheet?
Taxes are slowly coming in. Is the deadlines this month, right? Or
End of this month.
so,
Taxes are due.
Tax is due end of the.
Yeah.
31st.
and 31st is a Monday, so it's after a weekend, so hope people take account of that.
Yeah. Yeah, then last year it was for due to the weekend, it was
Yeah,
in September, fall in September 2nd.
had some issues, so. Less than a week away.
And as you see, our total tax levy is, if you look into the trial balance, our tax levy for this year is 260,000. And our current outstanding balance is 1,747,000. That means balance we received for this year already. A lot of big chunk of that come by 31st.
Yeah.
And there are some outstanding, they are paying monthly basis. And that's something which we pay. Another thing is, one of the taxpayer was reaching us to reschedule his payment. His property is in an auction this year, October this year.
He had reached out to me, but I haven't had anything submitted yet.
Okay. Do anything for this?
It is a big amount outstanding.
Can we do A to D altogether in a motion to approve? Can I get a motion to approve the balance sheet for July, detailed operating revenue and expenses for July, operating revenue and expenses for July, and the tax trial balance, please?
I'll make that motion.
All in favor? It's carried. Okay. D 12826, budget lines over 20%.
Yeah, the main budget line overage is coming from the website service changes, because we already up to July paid for the previous service provider, and in the month of July you paid the new service provider for the whole year, and that's $7,100. Sorry, that's 7,775. That means 50% of this amount we can carry forward for next year. At the end of the year, we'll do that adjustment.
Overall, a new service provider is less expensive, right? Or
Yeah,
is it comparable?
I don't see so.
No? Same?
This service provider, we are paying actually $1,700 more for the current service provider, but they have better.
It's more user friendly. It's more geared towards municipalities, and it offers us to be able to do things in-house rather than going and having to get the provider to do it for us at a cost.
Then advertising and printing, that's this minor expenses. The $500 was budget, $910 we already spent. This was due to animal control bylaw notification to the public notice. Insurance, they increased due to we paid $22,500 deductible claim. We paid for the incident happened in the public works.
22,000?
2,500. Add service plan, what is the pipe cap installation cost? $6,482. In this line, we also over in 2025 as well. And evergreen regional ground water licensing and omni testing. The actual is over by $1,235 compared to our budget. Insurance license and permit, the actual expenses was $700 as against a budget of $163. The value is minimal, $237 extra. General supplies, 2,000 was the actual, $2,000 was the budget and $3,439 actual expenses. The variance is due to one-time cost of medical clinic janitorial supply you provided. After that, they will replenish their own. Will not. We will. And professional service program event. This is due to the Heritage Night event we have, and we paid painting and photographer, but we receive a grant in 2025.
So that grant have to be used in 2025?
No, they are
Still used
discussed, yeah.
towards, okay. Does anybody have any questions regarding the overages? Okay, can I get a motion to approve? All in favor? Yeah. Speed.
Big investment, there is no expenses for this year. At the green building, $690 budget due to audit expenses came more than what we provided 2025, captured this year, $690.
Questions regarding those two? Jeez. Okay, can I get a motion to approve the MCC financial statement for Epic? All in favor? Carried. And the motion to approve the financial statement for GBI. All in favor? Carried. Okay, step meeting minutes and reports. Mr. Chairman.
Oh, this is a long time ago. I went through my book here to see if I even had anything written down here. I believe it was done. I believe it's in a different book that I was writing down. Just looking through it here again to see what was in there. As far as everything goes, we just had another one here recently. But I think there's nothing more other than I could say with this step. We're still looking at the RF program, rural renewal. Still never get that one correct. So that's still going on, and we're still there's been some changes. I believe it'll be coming out in the next minutes or the next agenda for this meeting that we just had. So it is carrying on. There is I believe we've used up half already of the letters that we've been allotted. They have asked if we wanted to, if there was others available, if we would want to gain more opportunities, which we said yes. But we're also trying to find out, right now, nothing has been approved for the ones that have been sent in. So is it going to be beneficial even to get it? Like there's some further stuff that we're trying to come up with. So Brewer and Earl Stream is still going on. Still talking about the cell stuff. The service in rural Alberta is, especially in this area, we're finding it everywhere though, is not very good. So we're looking at options of what we can do to support that kind of stuff within the rural communities, how we can get that better. I know, and I don't know if it's in here on or not, but we were talking about the college Portage, the closing of the school in St. Paul because of the building and stuff and what they're going to be doing with it. So still working through that. There's been talk possibly of somebody else taking it over, but that's just talk. Nothing for sure. There's still possibility of using part of the building, but it is still ongoing. Topics. Going through the list here, I don't see anything, like I don't know if there's any questions on what's been happening with the project specific, the activities. If anybody has a question, any of those, if you've gone through it.
Does anybody have any questions? No? Okay. Meeting with MLA Scott Sear. So we met with the MLA on Monday, July 13th. We discussed mass flooding. Wasn't even just in our community, Frog Lake, Cohewan, there was lots of flooded everywhere. We discussed our water license and we need clarification on water license, golf course, fish pond required, because I believe there's two. Right?
Yes. There is.
So there has been talk that maybe we transfer our water license to St. Paul, but we will have to discuss.
Why don't we bring that up at our next meeting? When Jay's there?
Okay. Yep, we can do that. We also talked just about regarding the park program. We had to come up with a $255,000 threshold. We have joined with the county. And we have talked about a virtual meeting with Minister Ellis. And if we go ahead with that, Scott wanted an invitation, and we would also extend that to the county to be part of that. And then we discussed AHS. They're trying to push nurse practitioner training or encourage it within Portage College. With the clinic being away from the hospital wing now, we're wondering what the plan is there. Whether it's going to be used for admin or if they're going to use it for more beds. And we would also like to know if there's an option that if there's some that draw, have in our healthcare center that would draw people to town. Anything else? Anybody else?
Just to add that, yeah, we talked about the idea that, you know, if every town had a checklist, there'd be reason for people to be going back and forth using the town instead of everybody having to go to Edmonton.
Right.
It's
Oh. Then I saw a note here for Kendra to send details about the 41 N bridge. We discussed the addition of Highway 41 north of the junction and our little bridge here just within the town limits. Anything else? Anybody else think of? Right, Regional Evergreen.
I wasn't able to attend the previous meeting. I did attend this last one, but I wasn't able to attend. The one thing I can report on there is that Paul's replacement has been done, so you'll be seeing that name come out in hit the books.
Okay.
I got a question for you. I read in the paper last night that the MD of Bonnyville is tendering all three guys again.
Yep.
Thorhild here, Evergreen and South there. Have you heard on that yet or?
Nothing yet. But we're hopeful at as far as the distances and stuff like that, what they have to do, we're a lot closer. So we're hopeful that
They haven't been hauling right now.
just the odd stuff, nothing all the time. They do have.
Is there tender, that's what I seen in the paper, they're tendering the trucking, so.
We are closer, so we're hopeful.
Okay, this Minister of Municipal Affairs meeting. Did have about 20-ish minutes with the Municipal Affairs Minister. I don't have my notes with me. Do you guys have your notes? We did discuss the HART program.
Oh, it's kind of an introduce. We did introduce ourselves to Minister Williams about the, who we are, what our, concerns are with the flooding. He also thanked his ministry for the support that we had, that they gave our administration during our transition here.
They gave us some clarification on tax disclosure.
Right.
Yeah.
We're allowing policing to be closed, so that was good.
I wasn't sure how much detail to go into that.
And
So
also,
what did he say?
We can allow, they've made changes so municipalities can put that as a line
You
item.
just have to do it in a specific way.
Yeah.
It's weird. Fine.
grant, we are receiving lesser grant.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
our LGFF funding is.
Go ahead.
Gone down.
Wow.
yeah.
Why would we ruin the trend here?
Expenses went up, so that means our
I believe that was it. We might have mentioned the utilities or electricity and how it's,
there's something we brought up that he basically directed us to talk to about. That's all I got. I can't remember what details were.
15 minutes goes very fast, we know.
yes,
And it was after another long.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, and the Regional Joint Council meeting.
We were all there though.
Yeah, they held it at Summer Village of Horseshoe Bay. They presented the
Water.
water
Body health.
that we discussed tonight.
Talked about cell service.
Yep, broadband again, as always, it's getting more sparse.
And the recreation facilities of the area, that was a major talking point.
That's where they came up with coming up with the
Steering committee.
steering committee.
The strategic planning
and
or
the strategic planning. Allied Arts. It was basically a special meeting and it was regarding the November, December Christmas play. They needed somebody to step forward as a theatrical leader. They need people that are gonna help with sets and actors. And they're looking at what the future of the Christmas play dinner theater looks like. So it was decided that we're going to cut down on the number of shows. They're only gonna do 3 shows. So it sounds like they won't do a show the night of extravaganza. Have one on the Saturday and then a Friday, Saturday of the following weekend. So that would be the first weekend of December. They would be hopeful for 100 regarding catering, 100 people minimum per night. And so one of the board members, Amber, is willing to take the lead. There's another lady that was also willing to be involved. So they will be November 28th, December 4th and 5th. And they would do casting calls on August 22nd, and they're going to start promoting. They needed to pick the show. And then they're going to start practicing in September. So now they'll be looking for caterers and volunteers again. So that was it for that meeting. Lakeland DMO.
So yeah, a lot of it was kind of being, went through a lot of the reports. We, some of the marketing and the websites and stuff had a slight increase across the board. But positively, the most growth was actually in a younger demographic. So there's some, optimism there where younger, it's not just, retired people visiting their hometown and stuff. It's people actually getting more out there. So I guess there was some optimism there. They're getting ready to do their visitor's guide. A lot of the things that we talked about were kind of in the future, things that they were talking about, but didn't have concrete, but they're working on the visitor's guide. They're going to try and break even on that and maybe make some money by selling ads. But again, we're still working out detail quite a bit. I'm hoping that we can get more than a footnote in the next one. Talked about the tourism, and I think they were talking fast, and I don't know if they called it the Grit Awards, but they're trying to be a part of that and make a nomination from the organization to put forward for that. Multiple applications for funding are going on, so they're trying to get one $250,000 grant, and they're also looking at another a matching grant that would be for nonprofits and stuff like that, matched by Travel Lakeland. Apparently, Lakeland's open farm days, big success, as in there's almost, I think they said there's over twice as many farms, including one locally here. I think is it K-Cow Farms? So they were a part of it, and they said, yeah, lots of participants. Some of the attendance wasn't quite as expected, but they said that could be attributed to the fact that there was twice as many places to go, so there was a little bit more spreading out. And of course, they're still collating results from that and getting final takeaways. They talked about a Northern Guide tourism coordinator route from Edmonton to the Northwest Territories, and they're trying to make a partnership with them to push Northern tourism. Rift Valley Astronomy and Astrotourism. They're trying to move forward with that in 2027. I think they've already done some, but I don't know if that was connected to what we had here or not, but they're looking at doing some of that. And mention St. Paul Rodeo coming up. And Fort George Saskatoon 5-day was a great success. I think they said it was significantly bigger than it's ever been. That's about all I got.
Unicore.
Meeting last month, other than trail ride, and did you go on?
I did
You
go, so yeah, I got an update. It was a great day for the ride. The forecast was supposed to be rain all day, but it wasn't. There was a little bit of rain when we got to Wasetna just as we were heading out, and there was a little bit of rain at lunchtime when we were in Vilna. There was 11 units and many of them were side by sides that had 2 passengers. Good turnout. We were bused to Wasetna. Units were hauled by the county and we began around 10 o'clock. That's just before 10 we got away. We made stops along the trail. We were informed of different things about some history and some tourist details. You can do geocaching along the trail. There's an app that you can use all over the world with several spots along the trail. Wasetna to Smoky Lake is probably the best section of the trail for cycling. Unicore is looking at a year of sign replacement. So they will be reaching out for volunteers to kind of give them a hand with that. There's lots that need to be replaced. They are looking at adding the Range Road and Township Road onto the back of the stop signs, just to help people know where they are, because when you're on the trail, you don't see those signs. They have started the tree planting project, and so we were able to, some students actually helped them plant the trees. And so the student says, hey, can we pick a tree? And so there was stakes that we could put our name in our municipality if we wanted to choose a tree. So we did that in a couple of spots. The trees that are growing along the trail there's some of them are an issue, but if they're in the municipal district, then it's the municipality's responsibility to look after. And each community has a sign that includes a QR code that you can scan. And then within that information, it takes you to an app and it will tell you the historical sites. It will tell you things to see and do, trails to follow, and businesses, restaurants, whatever that the municipality has to offer. The cost of this is about $4,000 a year. There are some issues that the trail has had to deal with as water lines have gone in. Sometimes there's springs that get hit, which causes surface water, and there's been a couple spots where the hills have slidden. And this happened near Smoky Lake. They did end up planting some willows, which seems to have helped with stabilizing the area. They did it to a few test slots of MG30, which is a product that helps with dust control and to tighten the soil on the trail. They did a spot one east of Edmund, one by St. Paul and another by Moose Lake. But with all the rain we've had this year, it's not a good test time to see whether if it was successful or not. And Unicore owns about 80 acres between Bellis and Edmund. It was a former sand gravel pit area. And they have talked about looking for investors to possibly creating a recreation destination by creating a playground for camping and quadding. There are access roads nearby, so it would be easily, range roads, I think, easily accessed.
This is 80 acres?
Yeah.
Where was
That's what,
again?
it's along the trail between Bellis and a small community called Edmond.
It's closer to 160. Yeah, I thought it was a full quarter. And the map shows it as a full quarter, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
Marianne said 80. But maybe it's just a certain part of the area that they're works.
No, we own that quarter and we put it in there that we're not ever selling it
Okay,
unless, hell freezes over. It's for recreation. It's out in the bush there.
yeah, and it's sandy.
Yeah,
Very sandy.
Sandy, they were supposed to drill a well on there and then they decided to go across the road, so.
Oh, okay. All right, well. East of Bellis, there's an ATV only campsite. We didn't go in there because it was quite wet. This campsite is on county land. There are 8 stalls. We don't know if there's little fire pits or what exactly how big it's for tenting and quadding and that kind of, that's not RVs. There is a bathroom there. And there's a few buried trestles along the trail, with one on each side of Ashmont for sure. And they would like to grow tourism along the trail, possibly some arranged or organized trail tours. And they will be discussing farming along Municore property. There are some areas where farmers are encroaching on the Municore land, whether it's with fencing or crops. They might be looking at planting some trees in those areas to deter the crop seeding anyway. But they'll have to reach out to the property owners. And then we had lunch in Vilna, and we did encounter, actually, it was quite a bit of a rain downpour when we left Vilna, but it wasn't all lasting, so it was a great day. And next year they're heading to Cold Lake.
Yep.
So it was good. Okay, what else? Oh, gosh, I talked some more. Golf club, where's my? It was a very short meeting. The golf course has been doing well. I got it. Yeah, it was a very short meeting. It's been busy. The golf course is in great shape. They did have some equipment issues, but nothing too major. Wildlands was coming, so that would be a great event for the golf course to hold. They did have a youth event where they had lessons for kids, and they had a waiting list. So next year they're thinking of opening it up to a larger number of kids. Ladies Lions Golf Tournament was a success. They had 52 golfers. There's been several tournaments booked and just fun days with golfing and supper. They upgraded their T-on tablet. So now people can create a profile and you can book your tee time and stuff online. Yeah, no, everything seems to be going well. They do have a casino coming in. Okay. Can I get a motion to approve the committee minutes and reports?
I can approve. I just gotta run to my truck. Is that?
All right, correspondence and information.
You need an all in favor.
Oh, gosh, all in favor.
And
Wait.
you can't do all in favor, yeah.
What's something I was wondering is if you make the motion, are you assumed to be in favor?
He actually shouldn't have left until we.
He should have left.
And wait.
You going to finish before 10?
Well,
Yeah, 20 pages of,
the acknowledgements really fast.
Urge some of them because there is a lot.
I guess we can like look at a different approach to the acknowledgements.
I know, me too.
Mhm. Yes.
I appreciate them, but yeah. Good thing to do, but yeah, there's probably a way to tweak it. Speaking of the Idaho Trail, I've, for the first time ever, I went to the Cold Lake Trestle, the Beaver, River Trestle.
Yeah.
And I was more impressed than I ever thought it was going to be. Like, it's pretty spectacular.
Yeah,
And we have that in our backyard. And I think we need to really promote that more.
yes. Yeah, well, even from Wasatna to St. Paul, it was like, holy smokes, there's some
That's,
scenery, and one day I'd like to go from here to Aberdeen,
Aberlin,
and
Aberlin
then,
Junction.
and then head towards Bonneville area. But
Yeah, that's another one I want to go visit, the Aberlin Junction. See the boiler.
they've had some vandalism on that.
Yeah.
And Councillor Hedrick is a wealth of history knowledge regarding that trail.
Yeah.
He's gonna make us go past 10 o'clock.
That jar.
Yeah. We had to wait for you, Dwayne, because we needed to do the all in favor.
Oh,
That we're waiting for Tim.
I'm here.
Okay.
Okay. All in favor for the committee minutes and reports?
Municipal school.
All in favor.
All in favor?
Mr. Williams is saying,
Okay. Fourth one is the information call to action. So this is regarding public safety. So if anybody within council wants to participate in the call to action, we need to let them know by September 30th. I'm assuming it's a virtual, there's no date or anything. Yeah, if we respond to it, then they will let us. So if anybody's interested in that. And then we received notification that our FARC application has been received. And then there was a letter from yes, for NAGO. Just lots of information in that letter. If you want to read those links. So, get a motion to accept the correspondence and information.
I can make that motion.
Okay. Okay. Acknowledgements for the town of South Point and area events. Thank you to folks by Jody at Heritage Lodge for hosting the mobile boutique. This was an opportunity for the residents to enjoy a shopping experience and easy to wear fashions without having to leave the lodge. Thank you to FCSS for once again hosting a successful Camp Sunshine to help children with bereavement. This provides kids a safe place to share, learn about coping and remembering, all while having a little bit of fun. This also gives kids a line of support to help with their grief. Thank you to FCSS for organizing a wonderful week of events from creativity to community. They hosted a creative youth event, the Mindful Matters event, Triple P Parenting Tip Sheet, and a senior pop-up event, as well as the community block party between June 29th and July 16th. Events like these are for community members of all ages and health, wellness, creativity, positive parenting, lifelong learning, along with community engagement and social connections. Thank you to Jane McNeil and our former recreation coordinator for putting together the community picnics in the park, and for the Elk Point Co-op for their donations towards this event. This was an opportunity to bring families and friends and neighbors together for a little fun, along with some cool refreshments after the picnic. These events were July 11th, July 25th, and August 8th. Thank you to the Canada Day Committee for planning another successful 2-day event. Thank you to all the businesses, organizations, and volunteers that helped out. It was a jam-packed time with events and activities for all ages, and we thank not only those that helped organize and plan and sponsor, but the community that came out to enjoy the events. It truly showcased the pride we have in our community. Thank you to Francois Vanderheen and the Laverne Wilson Public Library for yet another intriguing event to learn about the comets. This is an engaging and educational opportunity to learn about comets and the wonders of our universe. Thank you to the Elk Point Golf Course and Elk Point District Lines for organizing and hosting the successful 6th annual Ladies Fun Scramble. This event promotes recreation and community engagement. We know it takes a lot of time and energy to plan, so thank you. Congratulations to the Stony Lake community for hosting another successful Stony Lake Stampede. This event brings the community together to enjoy rodeo events, promoting sportsmanship for people of all ages, and entertainment and the opportunity to celebrate the Western heritage. Thank you to the Laverne Wilson Public Library, Northern Lights Reading Program Explore, Alberta Science Network, and HB Community Fund Foundation for playing a role in summer science event. This was an engaging event with exciting demonstrations and hands-on experiments exploring aerodynamics and the world around us. This was an opportunity for kids and families to learn. Thank you to FCSS for hosting the summer camp, parachute play, and home alone course. This provided the kids with valuable information and opportunities for families to learn, stay active, and connect with others. Thank you to the staff at Elk Point Heritage Lodge for hosting 2 events for the seniors. They embarked on a road trip scavenger hunt, getting the residents out to explore and enjoy some adventures together. They also celebrated National Tattoo Day by having a booze and tattoos event. They received some temporary tattoos, giving residents a chance to show some expression, inner creativity, and try something new, all while having a little laugh. FCSS also planned the ASQ screening event, escape room, and water play adventure event. FCSS is dedicated to creating engaging educational and inclusive programming that makes a meaningful impact on our community. So for that, we are grateful. Thank you to the Elk Point Roman Catholic Church, St. Michael's Parish, for hosting the summer women's retreat. This was a welcoming space to promote faith, fellowship, and personal growth for those that attended, which strengthens our community by bringing people together. Once again, FCSS hosted Beaded Sun Catchers events, Triple P Parenting, Tip Sheet, and the Rhymes That Blind events, all encouraging creativity, enriching the lives of local families, and learning practical tools and skills to support their families. Thank you to the Laverne Wilson Public Library for hosting another successful summer reading program. This was an opportunity for the kids to engage, learn, and be creative and have a little fun to keep their imaginations growing. Thank you to the Elk Point Coffee Club for hosting the happy hour house party and beanbag tournament. This was an event meant for people to engage, socialize, while showing their cornhole ability. These activities are a creative way to get the community engaged. Thank you to Bumper for hosting their Customer Appreciation Day with a little car show. This day was about the customers and car enthusiasts and was enjoyed by all that attended. Heritage Lodge hosted another ice cream sale, giving residents and community members an opportunity to engage in some conversation while enjoying a cool treat. So thank you for organizing once again. FCSS at a summer camp event on August 7th. We appreciate the efforts that go into planning and holding these events to help promote children to learn, engage, and have a little fun. Again, thank you to FCSS, Lisa Stahl, Elk Point Coffee Club, and the Elk Point Senior Center for organizing and hosting the Sourdough Smiles. This was an opportunity to learn about sourdough, make some sourdough muffins, and enjoy some socialization while learning. FCSS planned the Community Connecting Rock Snake event and the International Youth Day. These events provide wonderful opportunities to express creativity, participation, while having fun and showing some self-expressions. Thank you to FCSS. The Laverne Wilson Public Library hosted another astronomy night with Francis Vanderheen, showcasing lunar eclipse on August 11th and public stars on August 14th. These events have been well received by the community, and we thank Francis for his time and investment. Thank you to the Elk Point Healthcare Center for bringing in the mobile mammogram screening clinic to Elk Point. It is important to bring awareness for women's health, making it more oh my God. Accessible for the community. And Fort George Buckingham House had a successful Fort George Buckingham House Prevention Historic Site hosted a wonderful Pie Day during the Open Farm Fair days. And I know I've got 2 more there.
Yes. Went down the wrong pipe.
That was it. Thank you to everybody. Okay. Oh, okay. You want to do the motion now? Wait. 3 minutes.
I'll entertain it.
Oh. Almost 10 o'clock. Yes. Okay, and we have a few things left to discuss, so we will need a motion to go past 10 o'clock. All in favor? Not that we are, but. Okay. So I received, as well as a couple other counselors, received an email regarding parking at one of the MD Foundation facilities here in town. And the concern is the spaces aren't large enough. And I know this is not our lane, and I know that. However, I guess what my concern was the original email went out on January 21st. And nobody responded.
I believe the CAO, go ahead.
Yeah, I brought it up to the MD board and she was gonna look after it and she went into this. She described the issue and it was to do with parking spots, switching parking spots, and someone had this one for years and someone else that's handicapped could use it. She couldn't do it, but she looked after it as far as we were concerned on the board. Until we received another email here the other day and I thought, well, we'll wait today.
Okay.
I believe there was an email though that was sent by the CAO, if I'm not mistaken, to the individual and it basically and stated that. So the way it was described and the way I understand it is, let's just say there's 10 apartments or 5 apartments.
There's 12.
Everybody's allotted a parking spot because of you're a resident.
Mhm.
So if everything is taken up, then every apartment or position has a parking spot.
Okay.
So you can't change, it may not be used, but you can't take away a parking spot because if somebody does take that residence or has a car or decides that you need one, then now you're going to have to take it away again. So there's nothing that you can expand and the parking doesn't allow for growth. It's only for what there is there.
Well, there's not enough parking as there is anyway,
Mhm.
because there's parking stalls in the back and the rest have to park on the front street. My concern is the resident that has reached out is in a wheelchair. So whether the parking stalls are made for little SUVs, little cars, whatever they are, this is a different circumstance. And I think there should be some effort to make a concession regarding a little bit of extra space to allow for the wheelchair.
I'll check back or we can bring it up again at the meeting, but I know that was kind of the decision at the board level at that
Yeah.
time was that.
And the CAO looks after that.
Yeah.
Okay, but I think it would have been, since she emailed you and you two, because you're the board members, I think one of you should have reached out saying, hey, taking your concern to the board
Mhm.
and they will take it from here. I think the resident just feels ignored, is my thoughts.
Okay, well, and I'll take responsibility for that. I didn't send her an email because that's what.
And that's fair,
That's-
that's fair.
that's
Like, it's not your decision and I get that, but at least she would have known that you've taken her concerns to the people that have the authority to make those decisions.
Mhm.
That would be my suggestion going forward.
I'll take this reply to the next MD meeting and clarify the exact status on that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, and then I did also receive an email from a business owner here in town regarding, I'll pass the picture around. It's a business owner that doesn't have the advantage of the bins. They have to pay for a dumpster. And community members are using their dumpster for personal, like, residents are using the business dumpster for their garbage. Not only in the dumpster, but they've left a big mess in front of the dumpster. And so the business owner is upset, and I don't blame them. One iota, like, they pay for the dumpster, it's theirs. They shouldn't have to lock their dumpsters. And in my response to the business owner, I said, you know, clearly they're not dragging this item down the street to haul it. They've obviously had the means to get it there. They had the means to get it to the landfill. So I just want to remind people that business dumpsters are not for your personal use. In no shape or form. Like, it's, the businesses pay for that. Go ahead, Dwayne.
We have a dumpster at work right in front of our office to the side there, and people come up
All the
during the
time.
day while we're there, open it up. When a person sees a dumpster, they think that's public
Public.
dumping.
Yeah.
So we've got to inform the residents that
It's not. Yeah.
And Donna had to
And
say this.
this might be something to bring up at the beginning of a meeting, or even at, you know, something well attended. Cause yeah, I totally agree.
Everybody
It can go out in our monthly
Newsletter or,
water and
yeah,
newsletter and stuff like that. I just,
that could be something for the local link too.
I know this is gonna be an ongoing thing, cause I mean, we brought it up before, the arena has had
Mhm.
issues there before and it's ongoing. I don't know if there's a way of fixing it. Great to bring it up, but
And you do see a lot of people now locking their dumpster,
I-
which is a huge inconvenience.
it is an inconvenience, but it's the only way of ensuring that nothing is going in there.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, people aren't willing to do things appropriately.
Mhm.
Well, and on the example there, you can see that, again, like you said, they had to have the means to bring it there.
Yeah.
How much more would it have been to drive another 2.5 minutes?
Yeah. To the traffic.
Well, I believe there was some garbage that was left out on one of the roads as well that
Mhm.
is possibly, another situation where
Yeah, the county.
I would hope it blew off a truck, but they forgot about it.
There was a dump site.
Yeah.
So it is disrespectful to do this, and it doesn't make the property look very nice either, so.
And it does infract our bylaws too, which is
Mhm.
a finable offense because it's illegal dumping at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Which is not.
Yeah.
There's proper channels for that, so.
For sure, so. Okay, so I did respond to the business owner, and I'm hoping they were helped out and everything's good, but I haven't received a response back from them yet, so I'll keep you informed. Okay, can I get a motion to accept the acknowledgements and concerns from mayors and councillors? All in favor? Carried. All right, and then we have our June and July remuneration. Any questions regarding that? Can I get a motion to accept?
I can make the motion.
Jason. See this info. Okay, and to wrap things up, we have 3 items from our closed session that we need motions on. Number 1A being land and legal, the Eco Center. We need a motion to approve the unbudgeted expenditures. All in favor? Carried. Item B, legal, lot unit 64, plan 07244477. Get a motion to receive this as information.
Make that motion.
Dwayne? All in favor? Are you in favor, Tim?
Tell us.
And item C,
I'm writing.
medical clinic lease.
I can make the motion for option 3 amended.
Option 3 amended. Perfect. All in favor? Motion carried. Meeting adjourned at 10:06.